Van and Assemblymember Robinson, our two Congress members, that frankly have been my North Star before I got here. And so because of your commitment to this community. So with that, and my last speaker will be our chair of our Department of Psychiatry. Roger.
Thank you. A few words. Like Soldier of the Truth used to say, during that era when we were trying to abolish chattel slavery, she said it's always good to be in the company of the faithful.
Yes.
And I would say that as in this era, chattel slavery having been abolished, we now need to abolish structural, racial, and economic inequality.
Yes.
Which are, as Lorraine often teaches us, are the causes for many of the healthcare disparities and poor health outcomes that we see in our community. We now call that the social determinants of health. The toxic triggers of poverty and unemployment, wage disparities, wage stagnation, environmental degradation, all of those things. And what I'm so comforted by is under the leadership of Lorraine, the board of One Brooklyn, our esteemed elected officials, Congressman Jeffries and Clark. I can remember when the COVID crisis hit and they called us up and said, what can we do? And that is an indication of how democratic self-governance should operate. They turned to the people and they didn't helicopter over this community with designs of their own. They asked us, what is it that we needed? And they delivered. And so all the thing I would say, and Annette Robinson knows this true, now we need to deliver for them. I can be very political up here. The last thing we need is for folks who take a reactionary position as it relates to the public policies that we need in our community to be in governance and control of the government. I can say it very politically, that this is a time, as we have come out of the most consequential economic and social crisis since the 19th century, particularly when African Americans were transitioning from chattel slavery to freedom, when we then also had a major health crisis, and African American leadership in Congress created the first health care program in the history of the country. You should know that. These young men and women today are standing on their shoulders and protecting our interests. So we need to do the right thing. And again, I want to thank Lorraine for being my North Star, our North Star, to the leadership of 1199 and Neisner for the outstanding work that they've done over the years, and all of you in the community who have come together to support this institution. One last thing. Things have changed. When the crisis hit and we needed vaccines in this community, I can't tell you the goodwill that has been built up in this community based upon the outstanding work that these folks did at Interfaith. Everywhere I went over Brooklyn, folks were stepping to me and saying they were outstanding. Yes. They were humane. They were professional. Everywhere from lawyers to sanitation workers, the folks on the street, the poor folks, the folks with money, all came to me and said, I'm telling you, the folks at Interfaith have something special going on.
Yes.
And I want to thank you for just being, again, a part of this family. Thank you very much.